Well, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome back to my bike adventures. Wow, what a glorious day. I got a big coat on. We're in spring now in the UK, so days are getting a bit warmer, but the night time is still just as chilly, so that's why I've got this big coat on, even though I'm a little bit hot. Right, let's get underway. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to the forest, and I've bought myself some new stuff to try out, essentially. So I'm going to be cooking, not with my Takana camping gas stove though. That's not going to be used today. Well, it might be, just for a drink. It was trying to bring out the least amount of stuff really possible. Unfortunately, I'm not anywhere near a water source, so you've guessed it, I've got a load of weight in my backpack for the water I need to consume. But you know, never mind. But what beautiful scenery. Green leaves appearing everywhere. It'll only be a matter of time before the UK spring's alive again. Oh. Oh, I'm too hot. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have any room in my backpack. Otherwise, I'd take this jacket, this coat off, and but yeah, as I said, the return journey, it's going to be cold. So I kind of had to make allowances. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it, you know? You go out on your bike on different days, different weather conditions. And hopefully you learn, you know. But yeah, cherry blossom starting to appear on the trees as well. You know, I learned my lesson the other week going to Canterbury. The very one time I didn't bring out my my toolkit, which is just essentially I've got a Leverman and a Allen key set, which really I can do most of my bike maintenance with that. And yeah, you know, the very one time I didn't have it in my bag, I lost all my gears, and that was just essentially the gear cable just came loose. So I hope some of you learn by the mistakes that I make, you know, so that you're not making them, essentially. Oh man, look at all this blossom appearing. It's beautiful. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of headwind as well today. which isn't helping matters. Trying to go up these steep inclines. Right, we've got to take a left here into long gauge hill. Well, my maps are telling me that the forest is 7 minutes away. I've already biked for over an hour to get here as well. And unfortunately, because of where I live, pretty much on sea level, it's just been climb after climb after climb to get here. So, whew, what with the heat and my incorrect wear, you know. I do have a lighter jacket. I think that would have been better to have brought that today, but never mind. Well, we're here. We're on the outskirts of Blooming Forest. There's still a lot of trees with no leaves on, but there are still some that are coming through now. Oh, it's a beautiful time of year though. Seeing everything spring to life again. Knowing that the warmer weather's coming as well. And fingers crossed, a little bit less rain.
In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
Well, in a few yards, I will be at the Westwoods car park entrance. So let's turn off our route planner. And as you can see, it's quite popular today. But we're going to go and find a nice little spot out the way and go do some cooking. Or possibly not. I don't think I can get the bike in much further, and there's couple of felled trees in front of me. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be a good option. Right, let's walk the bike out and we'll go and find another little spot. Oh, it is so warm today though, but you know, isn't it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful out here. Going that way. There we go. Let's go in here. There's a nice little clearing here. So I think rather than heading off further into the forest, well, we could have a look. Let's just go for a little bit more of a look and see where we can get to. Yeah, this could be a bit nicer. Oh, wow. I came off the bike there in all right, let's see if we can find a little clearing. Oh. And I think there's a nice little clearing up ahead here. Did I just see a movement of some animal in front of me? I think it's a squirrel, yeah. He's run off now. Yeah, let's move the bike over there. Let's get off because it's a little... Whew. Yeah, there's a nice little clearing over there. Right, well, I'm here in the forest. I've got a nice little space. Oh, I need to get this bag off, this coat off, and cool down a little. Right, so yeah, as I said, I've got some a new bit of kit to try out for my camping, etc. So we'll show you that in a bit. I'm just going to get all this everything set up, and I'll join you in a moment. Catch you soon. Right, as you can see, I've got my fire pit set up here. I've gathered a bit of wood. Going to be lighting the fire with our BSP knife today, our bushcraft knife. I need to wipe some oil off of that. I've ordered some food grade mineral oil because you need to keep this blade oiled at all times to stop it going rusty. So I've got some on order. Hopefully it's actually arriving today, hopefully as well. That can be posted through my letterbox without me actually being there. So yeah, anyway, right, so we're going to start our fire. I'm just going to wipe off any excess oil that I've got on my BSP knife here. Okay. Right, so I bought some kindling from home, just a small amount. I'm not really going to need to keep bringing this actually out with me, because as the warmer weather comes, we should be able to find a lot more dry wood around. Right, I'm also going to be lighting the fire with one of these. They're just wound up wood shavings, essentially. Now, you don't need to pull this thing right apart, because this actually will burn for quite a while. And if you pull it all apart, it will burn away quite quickly. So, do not use the blade edge to light a fire with. Always use the 90-degree angle along the back edge of the knife. Now, for best results, really, you should be trying to keep the knife where it is and pulling the ferro rod back. Otherwise, if you go forward, you're going to knock all of this. There we go. We have light. No lighter and no nothing else. Yeah, and as you can see, that's already that's already a light there. Right, I brought my Takana stove for making coffee. I was going to bring my billy can today, and then it's just because the size of it. It's quite a bit wider, and I just couldn't fit it in my bag. And I didn't want to sort of change bags, so then yes, I brought out a litre of water with me today. Again, bit of a shame, but there's no water sources around here, so essentially I can't use the water filter. So yeah, I had to carry this with me, but as I'm only here for the day, I didn't think it was really necessary to bring more than a litre. Right, so one thing I did forget to bring, which was my chopping board, but I've got a nice new wooden plate, so I can use that essentially to chop up. I might turn it over and use the other side to just chop up some bits and pieces that we've got, because we're going to do some proper cooking today. Right, and also what I brought, and I've not tested it yet, but I've got a nice skillet, a nice cast iron skillet there. I'm I have seasoned it, bar instructions, so hopefully that will that's going to do the job. Right, so probably not the best knife to be using, because it's quite a thick blade essentially, but you know, it will be absolutely fine. Now, yes, I did leave the skin on, because as I said, I parboiled these, so they shouldn't take too long to cook. I'm going to leave the skins on. I'm quite partial to fried potato with the skin on. All right, we're also going to get our Chicana stove and boil up some water because I'm quite thirsty. We'll have a nice cup of coffee. I brought a new gas canister with me today, brand spanking new. As I said, this lasted me longer than I thought it was going to, that gas canister, so I was really impressed with the mileage essentially that we got from that. And we'll get a nice cup of coffee made. A little bit of sugar because I'm not sweet enough. Expensive coffee, instant coffee, Cartnor, my favourite. Again, I'm using the Nalgene containers, absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for containers to carry liquids, keep foods dry, these are brilliant. Nalgene. I could have actually turned this up a little bit higher to boil quicker, but never mind. Gave me some chance to collect some more bits of wood for the fire, essentially. Oh, it's just a little bit too hot still. We'll leave that for a moment. I've also brought out some steak seasoning with me. It's pepper and garlic steak seasoning. I have actually ordered as well a spice bag, so I can bring all sorts of different condiments and spices out with me when I camp. It's just a little satchel with, I believe, 9 small glass bottles, glass jars, essentially. And you can bring oils, you can bring dried substances, so salt, pepper, you know, steak seasoning, some other nice little herbs and spices that I might start bringing out with me as well for cooking with, just to make everything taste that little bit better. Another thing I brought was I bought some work gloves as well, because these are essential for picking up hot embers. should they fall out. Right, well, like a fool, so I forgot to bring out my spatula with me, essentially. So I've started trimming down some wood to try and make myself a little bit of a spatula or stirry tool from this wood, because we can't use metal, but I think that should be good enough. When you're out in the wild, you have to think outside the box sometimes. Pop a bit of oil in there. And also the skillet comes with this nice handle. Just pop it on there and that enables you to just lift that off with relative ease. And also that won't get hot if it's not left on there, so absolutely ideal. Right, we'll just leave that to heat through for a moment. Anyway, let's get some of our ingredients into the pan, and we'll just cut up a couple of mushrooms, a few mushrooms, and pop them in as well. I want to put some of my diced potato on there. Just a tad more oil, because I did see one little bit of potato that had started to stick to the bottom. We've got a nice ribeye steak there, and we'll pop that on here. And we'll pop a little bit of seasoning. I need to just pat that in. Right, well, I think it's time to dish up with my very crude cooking utensils. Just let's pop that on there. And let's take our skillet and let's scrape on our mushrooms, onions, and potatoes, all nicely freshly cooked. Right, we'll pop that down because we need to let that cool down. We don't really need our fire anymore. But what we do need is this. Oh man, this looks good. But yeah, the only thing I did forget to bring out with me, again, another thing, but I can be forgiven because I did order it, sorry, and that's my spices bag. So I haven't brought out any salt and pepper with me. Another schoolboy error, but I've got it covered for the next time. All right. First of all, let's tuck into the bit of this steak. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Probably a little bit overdone on the steak. Marginally. Now, I don't really like my steak rare. I like it rare to medium. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why did you say it that way round? Why isn't it medium rare? Well, I trained as a chef, believe it or not. And that was the way the terminology is used in the kitchen. I think we've come to start calling things medium rare because, I don't know, maybe it rolls off the tongue a bit easier. But yeah, that was what I was always taught, that it's rare to medium, because you can't have something that's medium to rare, if that makes sense. Let me put it another way. So once you've cooked it to rare, you can always cook it a little bit more so that you get rare in between rare and medium. But if you cook your steak to medium already, you can't roll it back. You can't roll it back to less cooked. So that's why medium rare is the wrong terminology. It does frustrate me a bit when I go out to restaurants, because all the young waiters these days, how would you like it? Medium rare? Like, no, I like it rare to medium, thanks. And then they have a puzzled look on their face. But maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not willing to conform to the new wave. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about was the skillet. Once you've cooked on these, if you haven't used one of these before, then you shouldn't cool these down too quickly. You should allow them to cool down on their own. don't go pouring cold water on these when they're hot. Likely to split it, or the cast iron may explode. So that's something to be mindful of. Once you've used it, get a dry tissue or cloth and then just wipe that out as best you can. If you've got any stubborn marks on there that just won't come off, then you can soak this in warm water and just use a soft cloth essentially, and then any bits that have stuck on there, they'll come off without any issue really. But yeah, I mean, that's relatively clean, to be honest with you. Oh, right, I think I've got about enough time and I've got enough water to make myself another coffee, and then I need to start thinking about packing down. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I don't know what my medicine is. My medicine? Dark rum. Captain Morgan's and Coke. Or what's my other medicine? Jack Daniels. So either some rum, some pirate rum, or some whiskey. And it gets my seal of approval. I've got to think about the packing up and the journey home. But before I do that, I just wanted to sort of lightly touch on the subject of content, because obviously I make these videos. I don't make them for me. I'm making them for you guys. So it really would help if some of you put some suggestions maybe that you'd like to see me do in the comments. Obviously I'm going out camping again, but it's weather permitting, and we are again in another very heavy rainy season in the UK. I'm constantly watching the weather app essentially, but yeah, you know, if you've got any ideas, something that you'd like to see me do, you know, drop them in the comments below on the video. You know, I'll see what I can do essentially. You know, whether that's you'd like me to go and visit sort of towns and villages, you know, and explore that, whether it's exploring more countryside, whether it's more camping trips, something related to camping. Yeah, you know, you just, you know, if it would be really helpful if some of you could sort of make some suggestions, you know, for content that you'd like to see, because yeah, my video views sort of have gone down in the last 2 weeks, I would say. I know that couldn't be helped. I had an operation in Budapest, which meant that I had to be away for almost a week. So I kind of used videos that I made last year to facilitate me being away and not leaving you guys without any content. But yeah, it has sort of made a little bit of a lull in the channel. And I'd really like to sort of pick that back up and, you know, and get back to some sort of decent views, even though, you know, I'm still stoked, to be honest. I mean, 185 subscribers, I think, was there when I left this morning. You know, I haven't really been going for that long in the great scheme of things. And we've got the better weather coming, which means that I can get out a hell of a lot more. I have got some sort of longer trips planned, you know, 2 or 3 days away on the bike, essentially, traveling around. And I have thought as well about going to, because obviously stealth camping is pretty difficult in the UK. It's not really legal. And, you know, I could get moved on at any point, and I don't have a leg to stand on, essentially. If the landowner came along and asked me to pack down, I'd have to pack down straight away, essentially. So, you know, so I've been thinking about visiting sort of campsites as well, and doing a series on campsites, and you know, that's specifically related to, you know, being on an e-bike as well. You know, just checking out facilities and whatnot at each campsite, you know, price, facilities, comfort, etc., you know, all those kind of things. So I have been thinking about doing that this summer as well. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what you'd like to see covered on the channel, because obviously, you know, I don't want to be wasting your time, and I don't want to be wasting my time sort of doing videos that I think might be good but then aren't. So yeah, you know, a little bit of help from you guys would be very much appreciated. Right, well, my fire is almost out. I've got my last cup of coffee. It's just gone 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I've got about 2 hours before darkness at a push, I think. So I need to finish my coffee, get everything packed away, and get moving, essentially. But that just leaves me to say thank you ever so much once again for watching this video. If you like this kind of content, then hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget you can also hit that bell notification to get notified when I upload a video every Monday morning at 6 a.m. But as I always say, you don't have to be up at 6 a.m. to watch these videos. You can watch it any time of the day, whatever suits you. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm not sure if I'm going to include the ride home. I'm hoping to. It depends, really. It depends when I get home and I have to upload all the video streams from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras onto my Mac. Then I have to edit the video. Obviously, I don't want to keep them. I want to keep them under an hour, but over half an hour. I think that's a good format, essentially. So somewhere between half an hour and an hour at most. So yeah, if I find that during the editing phase that there's not enough time to include the journey home, then obviously I won't, and I'll end the video here. But if not, you'll see the ride home as well. Right, that just leaves me. Once again, thank you ever so much for everyone that watches the videos and subscribes. I am stoked, really, at how many of you actually take the time to watch the videos. It's really sort of given me some inspiration. But anyway, I could waffle all day long. So I'm going to get set up, packed up. Sorry, not set up. That's what I do when I come here. I pack up when I leave. Right, I'm going to pack up, and I'll join you on the road home. On the ride home. Road home? Yeah, well, it is on the road home and on the ride home. I'll see you in a bit. This is the spot where I've been. As you can see, I've left no trace that I've even been here, apart from a few scuff marks on the moss from my boots. you'd never know. Right, let's give myself some more assistance because I don't really need to conserve the battery. So why try and climb hills and gradients on one when you don't have to? It's beautiful through here, isn't it? Really picturesque. Oh, yippee! I get some downhill. I get some downhill action. Although I don't want to go too fast. Or do I? Bless the old guy, didn't even know I was there. In his shiny sports car. But boy, because I had to carry water with me as well, makes a big difference on the return journey. It'd be much nicer if I lived at the top of the hill, because then that way I'd go downhill with a heavy load and I'd have to climb with a much lighter load. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is called Sod's Law. Oh, it's just so nice. Well, apart from being a bit chilly. But we've got quite heavy rain tonight. Would you, Adam, and believe it? I just want 2 days of dryness, then we're going to go camping. Or I don't even mind if it's light rain, that's not a problem. Just the heavy rain and winds. Cherry blossom. We're going 28 miles per hour. Oh. If I was Marty McFly, I could time travel. It's 28 miles per hour on a bike. Sheeps. Sheepies. Sheepies in the field. That one's been playing paintball. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Sorry, I'll have to bleep that out. That was like the pothole from hell. Oh, there's a surprise. Oh, it is nice. I'm just literally just getting a nice downhill run. I'm just literally pointing the wheel in the right way. Stark contrast to the way here. Oh, I've got a pedal. Never mind. I've got loads of energy left. Bit of a DRS train going on back there. Oh yeah, you know what, sod trying to conserve battery sometimes. I think in future I'm just going to whack the power up. Because that just made my trouble is I always have a little bit of range anxiety sometimes, especially when I'm climbing hills. But now I've done that journey, I don't know what, 3 or 4 times, and with a trailer, I think I can well afford to put the pedal assist mode up to 3. And just have a much easier time of it, really. You know, no point making things difficult, I guess, for yourself, really.